What's going on, Detroit Lions fans? I have a name for you that you need to keep an eye out for, and that is a wide receiver that just met with the Detroit Lions, and that is Isaac Teslaa, the wide receiver from Arkansas, who actually is a Michigan native, played at a Division II, transferred to Arkansas, and he had a pretty good last 2 years for them. We saw him down at the Combine. His whole family was there to support him. It's awesome. And if you haven't noticed already with the Lions and what Brad Holmes does, you pay attention to these visits. You pay attention to Combine visits. You pay attention to top 30 visits, because if you go back and look at who the Lions have drafted, especially in the first round, even though Isaac Teslaa won't be a first-round pick, but more so the first round, but even throughout the draft, it's players that Brad has talked to. It's important. So when you see things like this pop across your screen, Isaac Teslaa meeting with the Lions, in my opinion, it's significant because he's met with Sione Vaki. He's met with Giovanni Manu, drafted both of those players. So pay attention to who they're meeting with. Now, for Isaac Teslaa, he does fit a type of receiver, like the mold they're looking for. He's 6'4", big body guy, made a ton of plays. I think he averaged 17, 18 yards per catch at Arkansas, so he is a big playmaker. That's what they're looking for, if you haven't noticed already. I mean, look at some of the wide receivers coming out that kind of fit that mold. Early, that players that are going to go early would be a guy like Jaden Higgins. You know, you look at guys like Pat Bryant, middle of the draft. You got different Thornton from Tennessee, these big body receivers that can go make a play. I know Trey Harris is an interesting one. But these guys that are bigger, that can replace that Tim Patrick role, what they're looking for, that true X, someone that you can play on the outside, play at that X spot. They can win one-on-ones. They can go over the top and make a play. They can be touchdown machines. They can just do it all. A possession catch type of guy, but with a high upside. The question I really have is, how early do they target guys, a guy like that? And now Isaac Teslaa is probably going to be a mid-round pick, probably 4th, 5th, 6th. Probably 4th is even being friendly. But I do like Isaac Teslaa. I think he's intriguing. But there are players I would love at wide receiver. And I honestly, guys, and I'll say this, I wouldn't be upset at a 3rd, 4th round receiver. As long as the edge position's addressed, they get a guard, I'm open to it, because you have to think about the future. It's not just Tim Patrick, but if you're drafting one earlier and you really like the player and you think he could become a really good wide receiver too, it gets you more flexibility in the future if JMO is as good as we think he is, and maybe you can't afford him. If you can, great, keep him around. But if you can't, you have another guy in the wings, because even Dan said they want to get younger in the wide receiver room, and he's absolutely right. They need to address it. Now, where in the draft is going to be the biggest question. So comment down below. Let me know what you think, where you think the Lions should take a wide receiver. And like I said, I'm comfortable with 1, 3rd, 4th, and then if you want to go 5th, 6th, 7th, cool. But I'm comfortable taking one in the middle of the draft, especially when you find guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think Brad has the capability to do it again. But leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on that. And stick around and subscribe to Crunch Time Sports, because we will be updating you all as more prospects continue to come in. But until tonight's show, 8 to 10 p.m., I will catch you. Hey, what's going on there? It's Jeff Iafrate. Appreciate you for finishing the video. You can check out one of the videos here suggested, or show support by commenting, liking, and subscribing. And buy your merchandise, officialctsports.com.